Welcome back, guys. It is Tyler Boston here with another Dragon Ball Legends video. So, guys, Dragon Ball Legends earlier today have posted on their official Twitter account or on their official website or whatever that the reveals for the Legends Festival will be happening on the 20th of November, which is about 16-ish days from now. And I think that was like probably the perfect time to start getting in my Legends Festival predictions. Um, so before I get into the predictions, this is easily probably the most unpredictable festival ever. So the chances of me getting even like two of these right are very low because of the fact that there are so many things I just can do. I mean, obviously it's unpredictable because we don't have any hints, but still, it's just so difficult to predict, what's going to happen for this festival. But I do hope it's something good. So, without further ado, I'm not going to waste any more time. I just really want to get into these predictions. So, let's start off with part one. So, the part one I am predicting will have two characters. I mean, it has to. Starting from like the festival of 2020, starting from like the 5th anniversary part two, after that, we actually went back to started getting multiple characters for like part one and stuff. But for the first character for part one, it's going to be LF fusing Super Gogeta. Now I know what you're thinking. Didn't we get a Super Gogeta last year, like 2 years ago? And better yet, didn't Ultra Super Gogeta get an equipment about less than a year ago? Yes, but here's what I'm thinking. Now, obviously, this could just be me overthinking it, but did you notice every 2 years we're kind of getting a new premium Super Gogeta? Like, think about it. In 2021, we got Ultra Super Gogeta. Fast forwarding 2 years later, we get Revival Pikkon to Super Gogeta. So 2 years later, which is 2025, now we get the fusing version. Not only that, this is the only form of Gogeta that doesn't have the fusing mechanic besides Super Saiyan 4, which it could happen, but I just doubt it's going to happen because we got an Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta last year, and on top of that, we already got an Ultra Super Saiyan 4, which was Vegeta. I'm not saying it is impossible to get a fusing Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but I do think it's less likely. But Super Gogeta, on the other hand, I think is more likely because of the fact that this guy doesn't have the fusion mechanic yet. This guy was originally the main candidate for part one of the 7th anniversary, but since that didn't happen, this guy is the leading candidate for part one. But to add on to that also, we haven't gotten the fusing mechanic in a year and some months. So I think it's about time they bring this mechanic back. And if you were to give it to any character in the game, it will be Super Gogeta because he's like the only form really that doesn't have the fusing mechanic and is actually Legends Festival, worthy. So for the first character, it's going to be LF Super Gogeta. So for the second LF alongside Super Gogeta, I think the LF could be two things, actually, or maybe three things. It could either be one, LF fusing Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, two, LF Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo, or surprisingly enough, three, Super Saiyan 4 Goku Mini. Now, let's just talk about the likeliness of each of these characters. Let's actually start off with this Vegito. So, Purple Vegito is going to be getting his Zenkai literally tonight. To add on to that, I don't think we need another Vegito Blue considering the fact that we got one about a year ago. About to be a year ago. And us kind of getting a new one is a bit too soon. But the only reason I'm not gonna say it's impossible is because in 2023 we got Ultra Vegito Blue. Then literally just next year we get an LF one. So I don't think it's impossible for the next year we get a fusing one. And then after that there isn't really much you can do. Like I guess an Ultra fusing one, but that's just like probably not gonna happen until like 2028. If we're lucky, that is. So The likeliness of this guy, I'm going to say a 5.5. The reason it's so low is because we're about to get a Zenkai Vegito Blue, and that alone already kind of brings this down a little bit. But then also including the fact that we got a Vegito Blue about to be a year ago. So, I don't know. But, again, it's not impossible. I think it's more likely than not, but it's not by a long... It's not by, like, a huge margin. So, now we're going to talk about Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo. So, Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo... They could be a good pick. Because starting from 2022, we started getting a Beast Gohan every year. Like, after that. In 2022, we got, just Beast Gohan. Like, no transformation. Like, no transforming, no nothing. Then in 2023, we got transforming Beast Gohan. Then in 2024, we got Ultra Beast Gohan. Now, you would think because we basically got all the Beast Gohans, it will kind of be over. But the last thing I think Beast Gohan can get is him alongside Orange Piccolo. Now, I know what you're thinking. They didn't really fight alongside each other, in the anime. Like, legit through hands. But you see what Dokkan did when basically we got a Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo LR. And in the Super Attack animation, Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo were actually fighting together. So, I don't think it's impossible to get that. And on top of that, Hybrid secretly has been getting buffs. And if you ask me, there isn't really any other hybrids LF that's worthy of a festival than Beast Gohan. And I know it's annoying because, oh my gosh, it's another Gohan, another Beast Gohan to be exact. But, guys... Let's be real here. Even if you don't like Beast Gohan getting a new character consistently, I'm pretty sure 95% of you would summon. And even if you don't want to summon because it's a Beast Gohan, once you maybe get cooked by him, then it's going to convince you to summon. Like, any other way, I'm summoning because it's Beast Gohan. Like, he's hype. Like, no matter how you see it, no matter how you put it, he's hype. Like, one of the most hype characters in the game. Let's be real here. Let's be real. It's Beast Gohan's newest transformation. Like, it's really as good as it gets. But the probability of that, though, I'm going to say a 6, and it's a 6.5. I think what really gives it that, like, up when it comes to chance, I think what really gives Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo that, like, pretty high chance is the fact that we kind of get a Beast Gohan literally every single year starting from 2022. And on top of that, Hybrid is constantly getting buffs. And we're at least going to get one Saga from the movie's character this festival. So it kind of would make sense. But we also do have Fusing Super Gogeta, who is Sagas from the movies and could be getting the gosh darn LF. So, I mean, we don't really know. And then we have Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku, which, funny enough, I think out of all of these characters I named, he might have the highest possibility. Hey, but then let's actually throw on LF Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta 2 while we're at it. So, I am expecting Daima to get more buffs before the year ends. Like, that's what I'm expecting. Like, there's no way they're going to buff Daima, like, at the beginning of the year and just forget about the tag for the rest of the year. Like, let's take Fusion Warriors. They didn't forget about that tag, like, after the anniversary. Once the festival hits, then that tag instantly came back. Then, we have gosh darn Future. At the beginning of the year was getting a heck ton of buffs. Now, they didn't skip out. Because then we got Ultra Fusion Zamasu, Red Zamasu got his equip. Dang, Yellow Future Gohan got a Zenkai, Goku Black Zamasu got a Zenkai. So, I'm expecting Daima to get a return. And while you might say, well, we could probably get an LF Goma, since that's basically like the only major Dragon Ball Legends character we're missing, outside of like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta Mini, Super Saiyan 4 Goku Mini and stuff, or like a Super Saiyan 3 Goku to Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I do think it's still possible we could get a Super Saiyan 4 Goku Mini. And it's because that's if you were to ask me, that's probably the only character from Daima that is like worthy of being a headliner for the festival. Like, as cool as Goma is, he's not worthy of being part one. Like, there's like barely any like antagonists that are worthy of being a headliner. So I'm gonna give Super Saiyan 4 Goku a 7. And again, it's because of the fact that I'm expecting Daima to get more buffs, whether it's Super Saiyan 4 Goku Mini, whether it's Goma, whether it's another Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Hey, it's possible though. So without further ado, really, part one could be LF fusing Super Gogeta and LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But I did forget to mention LF Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta fusion mechanic. Now this one, he might have the lowest chance, or he may not. So GT this year actually has been getting some buffs. We got the supporter Majub, we got the Banku Zenkai, we got Super Saiyan 3 Goku from GT, and of course Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, who even to this day is actually top 5 in the game, believe it or not. So funny enough, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta isn't impossible. Like, even though I know we got a freaking Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta last year, why in the world will we get a fusing one just a year later? The only reason I would say that's possible is because I'm expecting Super Saiyan 4 to get a fusion like eventually. I wouldn't necessarily say it's going to happen now, like this festival, but it's going to happen eventually. Like, it's guaranteed going to happen eventually. And while I do believe personally that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is less likely, I'm not saying it's impossible, because literally, let's take Vegito Blue for example. Might be the best example I have. We got an Ultra one in 2023. A year later, we now get an LF one in 2024. So it's honestly not impossible to get another Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta a year later. Like, it's kind of the same thing as, how do I say it? It's kind of the same thing as Vegito Blue, really. So, what was I gonna say? I'm sorry, I'm talking so much, I need to catch my breath. So that's part one. If you were to ask me, I think part one will be LF fusing Super Gogeta, and LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku Mini. I think that would be like the perfect way to start off, because it's both characters that are extremely hype. They're new. That's a perfect way to start off the festival. So now let's move on to part two. So part two is actually going to be the most difficult to predict, because part two being the worst part actually kind of gives Legends a lot of options, because they could easily do a lot of creative things for part two. So if you were to ask me, I think one of the LFs will be a Super Saiyan God Goku and Vegeta. Now, I know we got a Super Saiyan God Lily last year, and then he got an equipment this year. But Super Saiyan God Vegeta, though, he gets little to actually, he gets like almost no representation. We only have two. One that came out like heck ton of years ago, and another one that came out also a heck tons of years ago. But one is just Super Saiyan God Vegeta, and another one is transforming. Both of them suck. Like, I don't really think I have to say that. Both of them are absolute dog. You try to run them in PvP, you're getting smacked. It's like a 0.1% chance you're winning the match. And Super Saiyan God Goku, even though he got a new LF, that doesn't mean he gets a lot of representation. We only have the purple one, the red one, the LF one, and funny enough, I think that's it. Like, let me know if I'm missing one, but I'm pretty sure it's the red one, the green one, and the purple one. Only 3. Yeah, actually, the free-to-play green one also. So there's like 4 God Gokus we got, and 3 of them are summonable, and another one is free-to-play. Both of them need a new character, really. So I think Super Saiyan God Goku and Vegeta will be like the perfect way to like make a part 2. And honestly, on top of that, when it comes to God Goku, you probably might not even agree with this, And that's fine. Obviously, it's a prediction at the end of the day. So if Super Saiyan God Goku was going to get representation anyway, um, it doesn't have to be a Super Saiyan God Vegeta alongside him. It could also be a Super Saiyan God Goku in Hit, which I think is possible because Universe Rep was actually getting buffs, during the 7th anniversary, and I do think it's possible that we could get more Universe Rep buffs. And honestly, Super Saiyan God Goku in Hit is like the perfect character to choose for this. Um, so if you were to ask me, I would rather take a Super Saiyan God Vegeta and Super Saiyan God Goku over Super Saiyan God Goku and Hit. But I do think Super Saiyan God Goku and Hit is more possible. Uh, so, thank you. So, I'm going to stick with Super Saiyan God Goku and Hit. But I still do think Super Saiyan God Vegeta and Goku is also a pretty good option. Now, so, as unlikely as this might seem, I do think it's possible. Now, Games Originals, the last summonable Games Originals character was 2 years ago. Not the last Games Originals character, the last summonable one. And that was 2 years ago with Goku and Bardock. Now, obviously, there's tons of other Games Originals options that, if you ask me, are more likely than this. Maybe Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Future Gohan. Maybe Frieza and Cooler, whatever the case may be. But I do think this will be very cool. And it's because you're summoning on characters that normally are really good, and some of them you can pretty much only use in the story mode. Like, you can't use Super Saiyan God Giblet. You can't use them. You can use Super Saiyan God Shallot, but you can't use Super Saiyan God Giblet in PvP. So putting these two together will be nice, and this will be even better if they have the fusing mechanic where they can fuse into Shallot. Now, I do think that's highly unlikely, but that would just be very cool, and I would definitely like to see this. And I do think I want this for part 2, so that's really why I'm putting this there. But again, there's tons of other options that are way better, but I'm just going to predict this because Legends is very unpredictable. They could really just drop this. But of course, they can obviously drop some other stuff. Again, Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Future Gohan, Frieza and Cooler. Heck, even King Vegeta and Vegeta, since we got Goku and Bardock, right? So, yeah, this is, if you were to ask me, this is a pretty decent part 2. It's kind of Super Saiyan God themed, but that's also not bad because Super Saiyan God needs more representation. It has about like not even 10 characters in the game. Not even 10 characters in the game. Super Saiyan, wow. Just wow. So not part 1. So for part 2, the first LF can be Super Saiyan God Goku and Hit. And the second character could be Super Saiyan God Giblet and Shallot that can potentially fuse into Shallot, but I doubt that part. No matter what, Attack Shallot and Giblet is cool no matter what. Literally no matter what. So, we got part 2 and part 1 down. Now let's move on to part 3, the Ultra character. And I think the part 3 is the most easy one to predict. So, let's get into it. So, to end off the festival, I think the Ultra is going to be Super Saiyan 4 Goku from GT. People were predicting this to be the Ultra 4 Part 3 if MUI Goku wasn't going to get it. I think people were actually predicting this over MUI. But the reason people were saying MUI was because of the freaking anniversary thing. Once we get an LF, 3 years later they get an Ultra. For example, freaking Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in 2022 got his 2021 got his LF. Then 3 years later in 2024 he got his Ultra. So, and the other characters, you're seeing where I'm going with this, right? So, yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Goku I think is probably the perfect pick. GT is getting buffs. Super Saiyan 4 Goku doesn't get much representation. It's a pretty hype character. How can you go wrong with this? And there's so many things you can do with this guy. You can make him super full power. You can give him like a standby mechanic where you can fight as Majub while you go into it could be like a base Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but you could go into like standby and you could fight as Mazub until he goes super full power, and then he gets a heck ton of buffs when he's super full power, and maybe it lasts for like a minute, maybe, or maybe 30 seconds. I don't know, but it really depends on how powerful that mechanic can be. And better yet, this could also be the first transforming Ultra. Like, you know what they could do with this guy? But funny enough, this is actually not the only option that could be the Ultra. Ultra DBS Broly and Ultra Jiren are very good candidates, especially Broly. Because if we're not going to get anything Broly related when it comes to LFs, I think an Ultra DBS Broly is a very good pick because you can also do a lot with that character too. Of course, you can make him transforming, but you can also make him transform multiple times. On top of that, he could get like a rage mechanic, or basically like if it's like a base Broly or whatever, maybe he could go like to his wrathful form or Ikari, whatever you call it, and basically you could be in that form for for like a minute or whatever. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna go with super full power. Sorry guys. They're most likely going to go with Super Saiyan Broly full power as the Ultra. So with that, again, they could do multiple things. He could have the Dimension Shatter, like if he clashes with like a Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, like they could have like a Dimension Shatter or whatever. His cover change could be like we're freaking. I think he could have like a strike counter where like if you try to attack him, he freaking eats the hit like it's nothing and then chest blasts you. I think like he did to Gogeta or whatever, or just freaking extremely punched them like overly hard, doing massive damage. And then when it comes to Ultra Jiren, he could have like an assist mechanic, where like eventually like at a certain period, Topo and Dispo goes in and they basically like do some sort of move and they can like paralyze you or faint you or whatever, and then Jiren like gets a guaranteed ult from that, and then he can just pop it and bam, it's gonna do massive damage or potentially kill you. So again, Legends can do so many things with this festival, and that's actually what's gonna make this festival very special. I do think them having crazy mechanics, like at this point, you might like they can drop hype characters or whatever. If they don't have special mechanics, it's an L. Because MUI Goku and SSBE Vegeta on paper is very hype characters, but they have like nothing unique. Like Blue MUI is just red MUI Goku, but he's more modern and he's blue. And SSBE Vegeta, he's literally just like any other Vegeta that can combo long, but except he's Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. So yeah, so to end the video, I'm just going to break down everything I said. For part 1, an LF fusing Super Gogeta and an LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku from Daima in its mini version. For part 2, a Super Saiyan God Goku in Hit and a LF Super Saiyan God Shallot and Giblet or base, whatever. And then for part 3, Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But you could also replace this pick with Ultra Broly. They could also just do 2 Ultras. Ultra Broly and Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I think that would be a crazy, crazy way to end it off. But yeah, guys, so that's the end of the prediction video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it, because funny enough, I actually have fun making this video. But yeah, guys, so that's the end of the video. I'm gonna go grind some PvP because I am ranked 5,000, which is not bad at all. I'm actually gonna be getting a lot of CC from it. But yeah, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one, guys, and peace.